Hi everyone, my name is Cora Miller, and today for the video cast I chose to do mine on Facebook. The main thing I want to talk about with Facebook is that Facebook basically impacts our lives so much, and I think that the reason Facebook impacts our lives so much is because so many people use it. So many people use it for different reasons, whether it be for businesses or to keep in touch with their families or their friends. PCWorld.com claims that Facebook rules our lives. Ways that it does so is that Facebook rules relationships. People feel the need to use Facebook to keep in touch with family, keep in touch with friends. It also may end relationships. I know I've heard of people that were in relationships and they end it from someone posting something inappropriate, liking another person's photo, or just something crazy along those lines. I know I've heard a lot of relationships ending, a lot of people get divorced over social media. Of course, to me, that sounds crazy because it's just the internet. Don't let something like that affect your relationship, but a lot of people tend to allow that to affect them. Another way is that Facebook controls our privacy. I know you're thinking we have all of the settings and we can set our privacy to whatever we want it to be, but ultimately Facebook does have our privacy settings in the palm of its hands, and they have access to everything. I know, like my Facebook, it asks me how to pronounce my name, it asks me where I live, where I'm originally from, it asks for my phone number, has my email, it asks where I work, where I go to school. I mean, if you ask me, that's a lot of information, and some of it, I would like to keep, to myself, but a lot of it is public on my page, but I choose to keep it public because, for future employers or for future friendships, relationships, so people know, what's going on in my life. And for people from like high school who I haven't seen in a long time, they know like, oh, well, she's going to Bloomsburg now, and I just think that that's a positive thing. But at the same time, it's like Facebook could always just like share all of your privacy if they wanted to, although I know they won't, but they could, and they do know everything about you. So if that's something you're concerned about, I would keep a lot of your personal information maybe more to yourself as compared to like putting it on Facebook and saying like, oh, I'm from here, I'm from there. So then another way is that Facebook also runs businesses. I know a lot of people use Facebook to advertise and to promote for their businesses. Businesses also look up a lot of future employees. So like you could potentially lose a job if you post something inappropriate on Facebook. So like, I don't know, like for example, like if I have a picture of me at like a party or something on my Facebook page, a future employer could look down on that and they could think, she doesn't take life seriously, and they might not want to hire me if they think that it looks like I have a bad reputation, because it could potentially make their business look bad as well. But not only that, companies also will fire you if you post anything on Facebook. Like, for example, my dad's company, he can't post anything about his job at all. Like, he couldn't, even if it's positive, even if he went on Facebook and I really love my job, he can get fired just for posting anything on Facebook, which is crazy. And then another example is a teacher that I had in high school. She said, she posted a picture with like a red cup on Facebook, and they weren't sure what was in the cup, so they said, you have to delete it or we're gonna fire you. So like, you really do have to be careful, because a lot of jobs and businesses don't want you posting certain things online because it could make their companies look bad. So basically, just be safe when using Facebook, and be safe because you could ruin a relationship, you could ruin a relationship with a family member, a friend, someone you love, and you could ruin potential future jobs and employees. And always be safe with what you post on Facebook, because you don't want anyone to find out any personal information about yourself that you wouldn't want anyone else to know. So always be safe when using the internet and when using Facebook. And that is it for my podcast. Thank you.